Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on the Sony PlayStation 3. I'm on my best yet again. And there's been a massive delay in terms of recording since this part, folks, so you guys on YouTube end up seeing a huge delay, and I apologise for that. But without any further ado, to save the game and get on moving. So now we need to actually head on to the Agrabah Arabian Desert because, well, I actually can't remember what happened in the game, but I just looked through the video quickly and that's what we're doing. We're going through the Arabian Desert. And we're going to be fighting a very familiar foe to those who've seen the Aladdin movies. And no, it's not a foe you'd actually think you would actually fight. Oh no. So let's just hop onto the glorious magic carpet here and get on moving. Whoa! Gotta go fast! You know, I hate sand. Sand gets everywhere, I have to say. Like, whenever you're down the beach, you always find sand in every bit of crevice physical in your body. It's strange. Anyway, when you get here, you won't only have a few seconds to sort out your time, because if you take a few steps forward, well, you're going to be greeted by this lovely fellow. Meet the Angry Tiger Head, also known as the entrance to the Cave of Wonders. So yeah, the Tiger Head by here is being controlled by the power of the Heartless. So what you need to do is basically jump on top of the head and just wail on his eyes until he goes down. He's a very annoying boss. From time to time he's going to start shooting laser beams out of his eyes, and you basically need to try and block them and revive them back at him. And you'll also spit out Heartless on occasion as well, which will basically prove to be a major menace and, you know, a major frustration to you, because obviously Heartless is no good. And he also sometimes breathes fire. When he breathes fire, that's no good because it's gonna burn. But overall, this fight can take a very long amount of time or a very short amount of time, depending on how lucky you are. I was extremely unlucky, so I actually ended up editing this out. Basically, whenever he jumps down, there's a main opportunity to jump onto his nose and wail on his eye like no tomorrow. It does take a long time to take care of, but yeah, you know, we're pretty much at the halfway point of the game now, folks, so it shouldn't be too hard. Just be very careful. Your health points can get really whittled down by Heartless attacks and his attacks combined. So make use of your Sonic Blades, make use of your beautiful tactics, and you can take him on. Boom. Ouch. But yeah, after a few attempts, he's just going to continue. Basically, his attack pattern doesn't change at all. And once you take down one of his eyes, then basically you can't use that as an attack point anymore. You need to move to this other eye and take that one down. It's still a pretty easy fight. You can die quite effectively on it, but if you know what you're doing, you should get through no problem. Of course, defeating him will basically allow you to hop into his glorious mouth and enter the Cave of Wonders. Oh, wonderful. Makes me tingle inside. But anyway, I need to exchange out all my items, because I did go through quite a few portions in that fight, actually, from the bits that you didn't see me cut. You know, the things that I cut out. So, just doing this real quick. But yeah, the Cave of Wonders is basically a massive labyrinth. I've seen a trend with this world. Everything seems to be like it's just huge labyrinth, this huge maze you need to try to traverse, and it's more of an annoyance than anything. But anyway, you do need to just try and be careful with all the enemies, and be careful you don't fly off the side of the platform. Because if you fly off the side into the dark abyss, you will go into a separate area of the Cave of Wonders. And basically, this cave is huge. There's so many hidden caverns you go into, and in fact you will be going through most of these caverns again in the future in search for Dalmatian puppies and such like that. But for now, we're just going to try and get through as quick as possible. Although when you go into the actual underground segments of the cave, again my words tangled up, tongue-tied. When you go into the dark underground area of the Cave of Wonders, though, there's going to be a certain pillar that you need to strike. If you strike the pillar, you'll be able to gain access to, well, the boss of this world. Because we're actually not far from finishing this world now, folks. We are almost there. Oh, so let's just get rolling, shall we? You get it because of the giant boulder and oh, save your waterworks. My puns aren't that bad. Anyway, let's have a look what's inside this chest. I'm quite curious about this. Boop. Ah, Thundara. One thing you notice about the gummies is, basically they'll have words like thunder, Thundara, Thundagar for their names. And basically what type of gummy they are depends on the name. For example, Fire G is the rockets. So you get Fire G, then you go into Fire G, Fire G, and it's just going to continue rinsing in that sort of pattern. Which is nice because it makes it easy to sort of figure out what's going on, who's doing what, but hey. Anyway, as per standard RPG logic, it's probably best to kill every enemy you see. Unless you get like me and you get really bored, because at this point I was really panicking about, oh god, and my time's being wasted, because this is the last room we pretty much need to go into. And this is a golden opportunity to get a couple of truffle sort of deals, if you really feel the need to. So, yeah, it's a good room to farm certain things, like the items you need to get the ultimate weapon. You need those guys to do it. So, there we go. Defense up, alright. I do love this room though, it's so shiny. It makes my inner... What's the term? Magpie, that's the one. My inner magpie go absolutely haywire. It's just beautiful. But remember, try and keep Donald and Goofy in your party purely because of the Trinities that are in this world. You can come back to the world afterwards for the Trinities, but honestly, the Trinities don't matter too much. I'm not gonna lie, they really don't matter all that much. But if you want them, hey, make sure you have Donald and Goofy in your party. I like having them because they're the main trio anyway. But anyway, we've got to go back to the bottomless hole and jump down the bottomless pit? Question mark? And try and find that specific pillar to lead our way through. Honestly, this world is probably one of the more boring ones to go through your first time around, I will say that. It is a good world, however, whenever you're going through it like the second or third time around, because then you know where everything is. Well, I say you know what everything is, I'm sort of got lucky with this. But anyway, break this your specific pillar and you'll be ready to move on.
My first wish, Genie. Show me the keyhole.
We better get moving, hurry up there so we can keep Jafar away from that hole. Ugh, holy hell. Okay, I admit that was a bad pun. I say two bad puns in a row and then only acknowledge one of them. That's the way of the sheep. Well, it's probably the way of most Welshmen actually, because I don't know. Anyway, let's just get there. Take out old blue stuff and, well, we don't really need to take out blue stuff. Take out old Jafar. Actually, I know someone in real life that looks almost exactly like Jafar, and it's quite mad, actually. Just think of Jafar, but a lot more chubbier. It's actually quite hilarious. I think it's mainly because his facial hair is literally the same, but I digress. Let's just continue moving into this here Keyhole Room, and be sure to save the game beforehand, because we are now heading on to the end of this world, folks. Got 2 boss fights to go. Let's make the most of it. There we go. Also, make sure you have items equipped as well to block out ice attacks and fire attacks. You don't need them, but they will help out in this boss fight.
That boy again?
He is more persistent than I expected. Why not explain the situation to that boy, Riku? Doing so may actually prove useful to our
Wait a second. Are you Maleficent?
Jafar, let Jasmine go!
Not a chance. You see, she's a princess. One of 7 who somehow hold the key to opening the door.
Open?
What door?
But you fools won't live to see what lies beyond it.
Challenge accepted.
Genie, my second wish. Crush them!
Genie, no!
Sorry, Al. The one with the lamp calls the shots. I don't have a choice.
I like to think Jafar doing that little twirl with his staff at the very start of this boss fight basically is him turning on the jukebox ready for the theme. But anyway, this Jafar boss fight is actually extremely easy. I'm failing to show that right now because I'm being an idiot, but your biggest disadvantage is really just simply trying to hit Jafar. Because as you can see, on occasion, he'll turn into this wisp and just sort of float away, like, you can't catch me. Only princesses can catch me, don't you know? Yes. Whenever you see him do a little ice glow bluey thing with his hands, keep away from the center of the arena, because he will shoot out Blizzard. And Blizzard, as it does in Pokemon, it does a lot of damage. Like, an insane amount. So keep away from the center of the area whenever his hands glow blue, because trust me, there's a chance that the Blizzard attack will one-hit KO you, if you're dead in the center anyway, so not cool. However, that's not the only thing you need to look out for. He does laser beam attacks, which are really easy to dodge, and Jafar overall isn't a threat at all. The only major threat I guess there really is Genie. But the problem with Genie is, he's not that big a threat either, because he just runs around, he screams, I'm sorry, don't hurt me, whenever he goes to hit you. And he gives you items if he hits you, so, you know. Although I still don't recommend standing around getting hit by the Genie, but Bob's your uncle. Occasionally he'll also send his staff on fire, which will make him go, you can't get me, and he just sort of flails his staff at you. Just ignore that. Just keep wailing on him. Jafar, it looks like you need to get more staff, because you're gonna be out of business soon otherwise. You see what I did there? Yeah, okay. But of course, Jafar is really just pathetic. Shut up, Genie. Don't be so blue. I mean, come on. There really is nothing more to say about this boss fight, though. It is just simple as hell. I mean, you could summon something to help, I guess, but there's no point in using any summons, because obviously, he's weak. In fact, the second boss fight coming up is just as easy, if not easier, than this one, which is kind of shocking, really. In fact, now that I think about it, the first boss fight in the game is actually harder than this, I consider. Well, maybe not the first boss fight. Guard armor. As in, you know, like the second... Actually, technically it's the third boss fight now that I think about it. But anyway, guard armor is easier than this fool. So, yeah. Go show this fool your gangsta boogie, and we'll be on our way. Kind of reminds me, actually, when I was watching this panel for Dragon Ball before, and the voice actor for Vegeta, Chris Sabat, went on doing this really weird rap with Vegeta's voice, and it was just hilarious, because all you could hear was, Vegeta's gonna knock you out. Gonna knock you out. Vegeta's gonna knock you out. Gangsta boogie! And it's like, what the hell's going on? I have no idea what I'm talking about right now anyway. It's quite clear I've ran out of things to talk about. Most of his tactics involve running away, so... As long as you can just keep hitting him on occasion, he'll be down without any problem. Of course, it's nothing more annoying when he turns into a wisp. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna beat him, because his health is actually exceptionally low right now. And just floats away. You know, just la-di-da. Tally-ho, old bean. You can't catch me over here. It's really frustrating. Anyway, a few more hits and he is going down. Oh, nope. My video time is lying. Okay, it's a bit longer and then he's going down. It should be the next attack, really. What's he doing? Is he just trying to taunt me with that giant purple wisp form? In fact, why doesn't he stay in that form? It makes him impossible to get killed. Huh. Oh, the silliness of creatures. Unless, of course, his wisp form uses up so much power that... Why am I looking so deep into this? Anyway, we learned scans, so now we can actually see enemy hit points. There's Jafar down for the count. Easy boss fight. Just a bit long. So with that, folks, that's the end of this part. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye!